We have the pleasure of working with a lot of passionate forest landowners, we meaning the Colorado State Forest Service. And it's really nice when we get to recognize the efforts of these folks. And, you know, even though there are about 300, give or take, tree farmers in Colorado, I got to tell you, there are a lot of passionate forest landowners. A lot of people who take pride in their land.
So there's a lot of forest management in this vicinity. So
And Ben, I want to give credit for the Freeman Empty people. There's several folks that only have 5 acres, and they don't get the tree farmer capability and stuff like that. But they're managing their 5 acres. We have one of the owners right here that has 5 acres, and there's many of those that are doing superior work.
there you go. Yeah. So on the scale of the landscape, there's a lot going on.
And maybe most importantly, a lot of people who want to leave the land in better condition than when they first came upon it. They feel it's their responsibility to do it. And I think we've seen it today in looking at Tom and Gay-Ann's place.
We came off the ranch, and you know, you get up before the sun, and you quit after the sun goes to bed. And my kids turned out to be workers.
We did 90 cords of wood, the 4 of us.
Wow.
Cutting it
The kids loaded.
and split it and sold it.
But I got to show up in '09 wearing an agency hat to do an inspection for the Forest Ag program. And I also had another hat on to inspect for another program. And I remember after that first day, I realized that was a formality, and Tom wasn't doing it for those reasons. Although I'm sure they do enjoy their reduction in taxes. But it became readily apparent that he's doing it for all the right reasons. Everything Mike was just saying, leaving it better for her.
This is our granddaughter, Corrine.
I've procrastinated for 7 years. I've meant to nominate you every year. I'd like to say I did that so you could put your sign up. For years to put up his tree farm sign. Because he had so much pride, he didn't want people seeing this hillside with the mistletoe and beetle kill.
Yep.
So it was only until very recently that he allowed himself to put up a sign.
Yep.
So that's a recent addition, but that's because he chose to. You know, I visit, through some of the programs I work on, I visit, somewhere around 100 different owners every year. But Tom's the cream of the crop. For those reasons is why I nominated him, and I think he's well deserving.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
I decked my logs right here, and like these logs, I load by hand, back my truck up to here, use my log tongs, get them up on the bed, slide them in. I will have to say that I was not comfortable with slash piles and burning. Have I ever changed? I love burning piles. So let's head up this way. So this is a new pile. When I get started, you know, I just lay them in there, and then as the pile grows, then I start really packing them in there good and tight.
Tom, just to reiterate what you were saying, though, on the pile shape, there's no flare at the bottom. You know, if you had that TP shape, there would be flare, and that flare at the bottom is where that 12 inches of snow will be on top of that, and that's what causes you to do a lot of chunking.
It's a lot of work. So if you build them straight up, you don't have that much chunking to do.
What I'm going to do is make biochar from the piles, and it's the way you stack them and the way you burn them, and all of that, and then the end results, instead of having ash, you have biochar, and the biochar is that much more productive putting it back into the soil. My goal is to double its productivity with half the amount of water by use of biochar is my goal for the next 10 years. Like Tom says, is chipping it, and we've done that and tried it and all that kind of stuff, is the burn is the way to go.
We've got the ability to take this stuff that we're, currently burning, but if, like Bill's trying to do, if we can then take that char and make a soil amendment that's going to help his meadows and his forests be more succulent and grow better, that's all the more. But it's not only a good soil amendment, it's also good in the oil and gas industry for what some people call an eco sponge. It's char that is used to absorb bad stuff. They're putting it in mine tailings. Over near Aspen, they redid a place, and I don't remember the name of the place over near Aspen, but it was an old mine tailing that was really poor shape for numbers of years. They mixed biochar in there. All suddenly now they've got grasses, forbs, and even trees coming up. We've been getting a lot of calls the last couple of years about should I keep spraying, preventatively spraying for mountain pine beetle. We are saying no, that you do not have to. Some people are continuing to spray just because they want to be better safe than sorry. But the epidemic is over for now.
At this end of the state.
At this part of the state. There'll be another one. We don't know when, and we don't know where.
We could always do more.
Oh yeah.
And an organization like the Colorado Tree Farmers is fantastic for getting the word, the education, the word out. Is one of the best organizations in the state of Colorado, and we need more of it. Believe me.
Anyway, on behalf of like I say, the Colorado State Forest Service and the Colorado State Tree Farm Committee,
All
here
right.
you guys go.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Tom.
The nature of him, though, is
Good work.
give him
Great
the
effort.
prize and he's one partner.
Yeah?
You're looking at Mr. Vocational Agriculture